Hi class, Mr. Stemple here. Today we're talking about moments and balance. I know that moments is more of a POE topic and this is an IED recording, but I'm going to give you a chance to document a few things which I think fit well into IED. But don't forget the stuff from POE because you're going to need it. So let's see what we're talking about. Remembering from POE, moments are the tendency of something to turn or to rotate. So if I have this thing here and I put a force on it, the moment is its tendency to turn or to rotate. And balance is when those forces are in equilibrium. So my tendency to turn or rotate in this direction is the same as my tendency to turn or rotate in that direction. So that puts this object in equilibrium or in balance. So let's talk specifically then about moments. Moments, remember, are something that you can calculate, and you calculate it based on the force that's applied on an object and the distance between that force and the pivot point. And remember, it has to be the perpendicular distance between that force and the pivot point, which becomes important later. So if I'm twisting this object here at this pivot point and I push down with a force like this, the moment is the distance multiplied by the force that I'm pushing down on it. And if I'm balancing something again, the moments are the same on both sides of that object. So let's talk specifically about balance. If you've ever seen tightrope walkers on TV or maybe in a circus real live somewhere, generally they're carrying this really big stick. And what that does is it puts the moment forces, or it allows forces rather, to be out on the ends of those sticks that are causing moments on the tightrope walker. And you put the weights out all the way far out on the ends of the stick, so then the moments then are in equilibrium. And those moments, since they're so far out on the stick, remember, moment is distance times force, they create a very large moment on the tightrope walker themselves. And the reason you want to do that is because then you can have a large moment out here, a large moment out there, and they will balance each other out, keeping an equilibrium, reducing the effect of the smaller moments that maybe if your foot is off a little bit or if your arms are off a little bit, those moments have less of an effect than the ones that are out on the end of that stick. So the tightrope walker will carry that, making sure that the stick is balanced on both sides. So then the moments are balanced out and the tightrope walker is balanced out, which is kind of cool. I've never done such a thing. I tried once, but never with the stick because it wasn't that high up. But suffice to say, I was not very good at it. So your assignment is to design and build something that's in balance. So let's talk about the design first. Feel free to look up ideas on the internet for designing something that's in balance, whatever you want to do. I wrote several things down in my notebook before I got started, several ideas that I wanted to that I wanted to try. Simple ones like like a ruler or a craft stick with some pennies on either side of it. Balancing that out, that works just fine. I found some things on the internet where you could balance these forks together on a single toothpick, which was cool. And then, of course, the one that I liked the best, which was balancing all these nails on the head of this particular nail, which was kind of fun to do and make work. And then after you design it, of course, it's no fun to design something if you don't get to build it. There's my example with the craft stick and the pennies. Here's my flying forks that I have these two forks together, balanced on a toothpick, balanced on another toothpick, stuck into a top of a paper towel roll. Had to get a little bit creative with that one, but that was kind of fun to put together. Use plastic forks if you're going to look that one up. Don't use the metal forks. The metal forks are more difficult and you might tend to bend them, which is not a good idea. And then last but certainly not least, all my nails balanced on the head of one larger nail, which was fun to put together. And then, of course, I would like you to document it. Turn in your notebook, document what happened. Did you have to adjust it a little bit? Document the distances that you had to deal with, right? If you're doing the The one with the pennies, it's easy to see because you can just put a ruler there. These nails, all I had to do was measure them. They were all standard length. The forks were a little bit more difficult because the toothpick didn't fit exactly in the middle, so I had a little bit of a different distance from here to there. So I tried to be accurate when you measure it, try to be accurate when you document it. Take a picture of the thing that you built that's in balance, turn that in the usual way up on Canvas, turn in pictures of your notebook up on Canvas as well. If you want to see how I did this, I will put together a video and show you with the nails, but you will have to tune in next week to find that because I'm going to save it. And I want you to log into Canvas again next week so you can see how I put those nails together. It was pretty cool. Good luck, and I hope to see you on my conference calls.